hold on.
Oh, we live. Bang, bang. Yes. We're back again with another episode of the Part-Timers podcast. We all clocked in. Wegz is clocked in. Tevin is clocked in. Shibs is clocked in. Chris is clocked in. Rangi and Daniel are not clocked in, but hopefully they'll clock in later. So, we move regardless. Them ones. How's everybody doing anyway, man? What's everyone doing, man? Yeah, you know them ones, man. How's everyone been? Everyone good?
Yeah,
good.
I'm nice.
Hey, man, everyone happy that the gyms are back open now, so everyone can get one.
I can't even lie. That is the news man has been waiting for throughout this whole period of lockdown. That is the one thing I've been interested in, and it's lit.
I still can't believe pubs opened before gyms did, man. That's still what's pissing me off. I don't know about you lot, but I get over that, mate.
It's money, my guy.
Money to these people in the government. It speaks louder than health.
Spend your peas and die. That's what they said.
Spend your money and
you
die.
You get a pint, it's all right.
You hit the nail on the head with that.
I think
spend your money and die.
Yeah, man. And then what's even mad about it is, bruv, them man said that the pubs could open at 6 a.m. that Saturday, bruv. And them lot were calling it Super Saturday in the news. You know how much? Like, this is Sky Sports, bruv. Like, there's 4 games on the day, bruv. This is ridiculous, bruv.
And then after that, you saw they had to close the pubs because people got infected.
Bruv.
Yep. People got infected. People were fighting. People were busting stuff up. Yeah, like...
The UK is a sitcom. It's a sitcom. It's a comedy.
It really is, man. It really is. I'll be honest, I expected nothing less because, like, a lot of people can't be trusted to drink sensibly at the best of times. Look what happened when we nearly got into the World Cup final. People were smashing shit up in the streets, bro. And you think people have been... You know what I mean? Climbing on buses. People have been locked in the house for like 3-4 months and you're telling them the pub is open and everyone's allowed to go. Like, of course people are going to get fucked up. People are going to go wild, blood. But yeah, man, it is what it is, man. I don't know, man. I think, it's great news to hear the gyms are open. I'd also like to see how many people that have been screaming for gyms are actually going to go as well. There's people, oh my God, I want the gym open. And you can go there. Go there for a day or you go there to be on your phone on the
man. They go there to snap their 8 code and then they move. Like, oh man, move, man.
Yeah. But man, it's good news, man. It's good news. It's good news for all the people that work in the fitness industry. So I know PTs and all those people. Shout out to West and West. Everybody will always be able to go back to work and man, good for people that use the gym for their mental health and mental well-being because I know it definitely helps me out a lot.
100%.
It keeps me balanced.
100%.
So yeah, man.
Listen, you know what helps my mental health is getting to the barbershop, getting that trim.
Barbershops open too.
Yeah, man.
Chris and Dwain posting fresh fades. I see it.
That's why I segue into it. You get me?
I hear it still.
Man said, "Do you see this line?"
Nah, but you know what? Even on top of that, loads of other things are opening now. So like nail parlors and there's what else is there?
Bars.
Beauticians. Bars are opening. Nail parlors are opening. So ladies, they're back, man. That's from
the tattooists are opening.
Yeah, that's from this 13th Monday.
It's lit.
Yeah, man.
Lit. Tevin, when I come back, I'm getting that Gucci Mane ice cream on my face, man. When I come back, it's lit.
I said, man, this is when I get that, bro. Yeah,
trust me.
But they got sports facilities. They said swimming pools as well, and indoor gym. That's from the 25th.
That one's a bit shifty, bro.
Swimming pools are kind of thingy.
Piss in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, people. Yeah, I know Wegz made that face, but Wegz, he's right, bro.
No, I'm saying swimming pools being open is a bit sus for me.
Yeah,
I agree. It's a bit sus, but I wasn't going with the pee nonsense, bro, because that doesn't happen. Like,
I'm just saying, like bodily fluids, isn't it? Bodily fluids will be more exchanged in the swimming pool rather than in the tea shop.
All right.
And they said for musicians and artists, and they said outdoor theatre. So basically, you can do things what we're doing indoors, but outdoors. So what is that? Is Carnival still a myth, or am I just, holding on to hope?
I think Carnival's too much still.
Relax.
Yeah, Carnival's not happening, my guy.
You can always join their Zoom call. I heard their Zoom call's going to be popping off.
Man.
I think I'll blow the limit.
Why am I going to do that? Do you know what? Funny enough. You see the weekend of Carnival, I promise you now there's going to be bare street parties.
Yeah.
Bare street parties. Like, look how many people have held block parties. Like, Brixton held block parties. Yeah. Who else held? OFB held a block party in Tottenham. There'll be loads of block parties, man. Loads of block parties.
There was a mad one in YC. Boy.
Yeah.
They sent them feds packing.
Yeah, I saw that. They pay somebody to stay in it.
They chased him out. The helicopter was around.
Yeah.
Man heard that until about 2 a.m., bruv. From about 7.
Jeez, the ghetto bird.
Man said the ghetto bird. Nah.
Yeah.
Because it shows kind of human nature how humans just rebel because the discipline hasn't been there. You know what I mean? It's kind of like you've had people locked indoors for months and months, and now, bruv, they just want to get out. And it's not even like the weather has been nice in like the past week. It is literally, we saw the scenes on Saturday in Soho. Like people just want to get out. Like,
you're right.
Do you not think we're gonna get locked back in?
Nah, this government has no backbone. They won't do it.
Sorry, Karen.
I said they said infection rates are still under control according to the culture sector. So do we believe them? I don't know, innit? But that's what they said. So
I personally, though, I don't believe there's going to be a second. I think there's definitely going to be a second wave, but I definitely do not think we are going to be locked inside the house as we were now. I think the government, in my opinion, the government started to go broke, and they said everybody needs to go back to work, and we need money moving.
For real.
So they said even if you die, be safe out there, but we need money.
Spend your peace.
I don't think they'll lock people. What you say, Chris?
No, I was just saying what Shiv says. Spend your peas and die, bro.
Spend your peas and die. Like, be safe out there. But yeah, man, we need that money. We need that money.
Nah, for real.
Yeah,
no, I think that bank holiday is gonna fuck up the government because I feel like that bank holiday when people don't have to go to work, that day is gonna be a deadly day.
Trust me, you're actually right. You're actually right.
It's peak because it's not like we've reopened this. There's no work that day for no one, and that's it.
I hear that.
So speaking of bank holiday, fuck Corona in it because all the bank holidays that were passed, the weather was so peng, man.
They've been wasted.
Wasted. We should have been out in box park.
Reimbursed.
They are. I heard they were going to put them in like October.
Yeah, they did say that.
It was the end of October.
They might put a bank holiday in October, but that's dead, man. We want a summer one. We want spring and summer and sun.
I think maybe one.
I don't count then, man.
I don't count, man.
Do
you know what? They should campaign to add more bank holidays, man. That's what we should be doing. Why not?
They're trying to have it like Sweden and have full-day work days and was it?
Well, that works so much better, man.
Yeah. It's coming, man. It's coming. They proposed it, didn't they?
It's a smaller country, but no, it's all mad. For me, I'm not gonna lie. Just going back to the gym thing, yeah. I'm not that gassed that it's opening. I'm happy it's open.
Because I'm already, yeah.
No,
I hear that.
Yeah, that big man.
Big man.
It's not that deep. It's not about weights.
Look at that chest, brother.
Sometimes, just Shibs. Look at your chest, bro. Look at your chest. Anyways,
chest.
No, you're right there. What was I gonna say? No, I feel like that, like it's still gonna be like minimal people.
Brother, spit it out.
There's gonna be minimal people that's gonna be allowed in there. There's gonna be minimal people that's gonna be allowed. It's not gonna feel like thinking.
Sorry.
No. Wegz is right there because I think they're booking slots, but that was funny. That was funny.
Man was doing that Stormzy skit.
And
it was bound to happen sometime.
That's so funny.
It was bound to happen. No,
man's brain was doing 100 miles per hour, boy.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is.
But no, you're right though. They have to do slots, bro, because otherwise it will just. How can they control it?
Because quick thing though, because we've all been to gyms and sometimes gyms are hickey, and the people that go to gym, bro, sometimes it's just very unhygienic, bro.
Bro, gyms are dirty, man. So I think for them to be open, they're gonna have to amp up the cleaning measures and whatever else it is. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. Like I've personally relaxed a little bit on the whole leaving the house with gloves on and all that stuff. But I definitely feel like if I'm going back to the gym, I'm bringing gloves and sanitizer 1,000%, bro.
Have to.
1,000%.
I'm saying you have to work out with a mask, but that's gonna be bare uncomfortable, bro.
It's gonna be tough. Yeah.
Can't lie, I started thingy working out in the mask. Run.
I was just saying, the only reason nowadays I have that mask with me is just so that I don't feel that stigma if I forget it. Because I feel like if I'm on the tube or whatever and I'm not wearing that mask, people are like looking through me, like they're looking at me with daggers, isn't it? Like
I'm the same.
To avoid that kind of judgment. Do you get me? Like that's the only reason. Otherwise, I wouldn't be.
To be honest with you. Yeah, I haven't really been with a mask, but I haven't been on public transport or anything like that, so I haven't really been.
I keep it in the car just in case.
Yeah, I hear that. I've still got plastic gloves in the car. So whenever I go to like the filling station, or if I'm actually gonna go somewhere where I'm touching stuff, then yeah, I definitely bring them with me. But in terms of like before, it was you wear them everywhere and anywhere. Now it's like, yeah, do you know what I mean?
Be interesting to see gym staff adapt to it as well, because they're gonna have to clean literally after everyone. And you know, I said we know the gym. Sometimes the bars are dirty. You know, you're spotting someone, they're bare breathing in your face, and it doesn't. It's long, bruv. It's long. You get me? I ain't spotting no one. I can't spot no one, bruv.
Unless you live with them.
No one.
Yeah. It's gonna be the gym thing's gonna be interesting, but you're gonna have to
on the plus side though, nobody's gonna ask me if I'm using them weights, innit? Like, do you get me? Hopefully.
Trust. Just cough. Yeah, I'm using.
Nah, allow it, man. That's assault, cuz.
Hey, can you imagine Tevin doing calls and coughing every time? On the bicep.
I'm finished. I honestly, if I saw that, I would actually have to just leave the gym immediately. I'm like, no, bro. I'm not doing this.
Yeah, you can't, bro. That bad will be moving mad. Quickly as well, what are you man's thoughts on like outdoor events? Because I feel like a lot of that will happen like in August. Like, what do you like feel on that?
I think that. Go on, Tev.
It's a bit of a sticky one still, if I'm honest with you, because I feel like, yes, people have been doing outdoor events, and since you opened all the barbecues and people have been going to parks anyway, it's going to be there. But then once you actually start putting on events, it's definitely going to bring impetus on people to be like, yeah, we're all going. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Whereas before, it's like they're just link-ups that are private, they're personal, whatever. Now it's just going to be, if you put on events, everyone from anywhere is going to come. And especially people being locked in the house for so long, now we're able to travel. People from Leicester, people from wherever else.
Leicester, you can't come here. You can't come here.
This is what I'm saying. You can't stop people from coming, because regularly, think about it this way, with like wireless and stuff like that, people travel from all over the country to go to festivals and things like that. And like I said, if you've been locked in a house for however long, you're going to be like, oh, I want to go out. Like, we're allowed to go, so why am I not going to go? So that's when it just gets a little bit dangerous. But we'll see, man. Like I said, the government don't care, man. They just said, be safe out there.
They didn't say be money. Safe. They just said, give us the peas, bro.
For real. But yeah, man, that's my honest thoughts on it. But we'll see what happens, man.
No, fair enough. That's it. I hope.
What other stuff you said I was opening doing? Other stuff.
So that again?
The nail salons and all that, but...
Oh yeah, that's this. Obviously,
you trying to book an appointment, Wegz?
Trying to get that pedicure.
Trying to get that mani-pedi.
Like I said, I can't see myself going.
Self.
No, they ain't no shame with the mani-pedi. You know, you gotta keep them nuts clean. Get me?
Maybe you want to do that, but I'm over here.
Wegz said, so you're rolling around with just dirty nails, yeah?
I cut mine, personally.
Yeah.
I know.
The nails.
I know. Women have been screaming for the nail salons to open. For the white girls, the tanning salons are open as well. You know. What? I think, but sports teams, 5-a-side football can return, etc. I don't know about 7-a-side or 11-a-side. So what? Shoreditch goes, yeah. What we saying? We down? We back?
No.
We back? No.
No way, mate. See you there. You see those changing rooms, big man.
Yeah, they've changed. Nah, I don't want a bad mouth shot, you know. There's someone working there could be watching, bro. You know.
Hey, bro, if you work there, clean them.
Wait, why are you shouting for, man? Why are you shouting?
I just started hearing it.
But yeah, man, outdoor theaters, and I know a lot of I know like there's another podcaster doing like a live podcast in like a not like a car park, so they're on the stage, but people can drive in and listen to them. So I don't know if that's going to be like a common practice as well, but they're doing that sometime in.
I don't know if any of you lot saw, but a lot of places have done outdoor cinemas, and they're going to continue to do so.
You see? Yeah.
Which I think that should kind of stay as a permanent thing, because that in itself is a sick concept for me.
That's a vibe.
They do those things in the drive-in cinemas. I swear they ban that in America. I see that like.
They do, but over here it's not like a permanent. It just happens in the summer. I think it's like a whole year thing where you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not for a couple of weeks.
100%. It's because the weather in this country is shit.
Definitely.
Yeah, but you're in the car, bro.
I mean, like the things that they need to use to project it and whatnot could be damaged, but I mean that's on them to.
It can be waterproof though.
I'm not doing it. I'm just saying that's probably why it's not as popular over here. Like It is what it is, but we'll see what happens.
Wegz said, no, hey, don't question me.
Hey, you got to talk to them, not me. But no, are they showing like new films and that? Shibs?
That's a
No.
good question. I actually didn't know.
No. Only show old ones because they can't get the rights or whatever. I don't know the intricacies of it, but they can only show old ones.
You got to ask them man, innit? You got to ask them man there.
Yeah, the one in Camden. They have one in Camden, and yeah, Shibs is right. It's just classic films, innit? It's just old films. So,
it's alright. I'll stay out.
But yeah, man, you know, everyone stay safe out there. You know, ladies, go get your nails done on fleek and that, and you know, man, then we're out here with the fresh trims. You know, we move in it.
Trust.
Everyone stay safe.
Yeah, man. Moving swiftly on.
Yeah, moving swiftly on. You know, obviously, I just want to start this segment saying, may the Donnies, they got arrested today, 5 of them, but may the Donnies that killed Pop Smoke never know peace. Yeah,
Ever in life.
In their life, you took one away. Yeah,
life.
But, you know, the album dropped. What are everybody's thoughts on this album, man? Pop Smoke, R.I.P. Bruv, I thought we should have, bruv, because this album would have been so sick live, man. Like,
I know. You know. Before I give my opinion, first and foremost, RIP to Pop Smoke.
Yeah, man.
Trust me, RIP to the Wall. Congratulations on a #1 album, which is something I'm sure he would have done in his lifetime. But congratulations to him right now. He would have been able to see it. But congratulations. But what I definitely want to say now that I've said that is, boy, I was let down by this album a little bit, man. I was let down personally. Like, I personally felt like for what I've seen and what I've expected from Pop Smoke, this was not what I was expecting. I felt like this was Pop Smoke's debut R&B album.
That's interesting you say that.
That's what makes like it good. That's what
No. Okay, do you know what? My opinion is coming from the fact of, like, if you look at Meet the Woo 2, like, the biggest records that he had on that were like Shake the Room. Yeah. You had, what was it, like Christopher Walken, all those type of joints. And those are tunes right now, I promise you, if it was festival season, he was going to absolutely shut it down. Pop Smoke set was going to be crazy. Yeah. And it's just now he's came through with all these singing tunes and it's like, bro, like, what? Like, and what really upset me as well is me and my friends were talking about this, like, from a production level, when we were in the studio, we were talking about the beat for Shake the Room, the beat for Gotti, the beat for Dior. We're talking about the beat for Welcome to the Party. And I can tell you honestly, from when I listened to that album, there is nothing I heard on that album that was better than any of those beats. Personally, there was nothing that topped any of those. None of them stood out to me like, this is crazy. There's some decent tunes, which is, but like, there's 19 tracks, and I personally will say I probably liked maybe 6 or 7 songs out of 19 songs. That's, wow. A lot of it, yeah, man, that's my personal opinion. I think, like, from 50 Cent saying he was going to executive produce the album, I felt like he was going to, like, dig into a deeper bag, like, do you know what I mean? I felt like some of these features were just forced and they didn't get the best out of them anyway. And also, this album really feels like it's Pop Smoke featuring Quavo, because, bro, Quavo's on, like, 3 tunes on this album.
He sprinkled across the album, isn't it?
Across the whole album. It's like,
evenly as well, like in even.
Yeah, in even bits.
I'm not mad at that. Personally.
I mean, I'm not mad at it, but there's a lot of people I felt like should have been on this album that weren't. Like 5 Year Foreign. There's not 5 Year Foreign is not on the album.
He had to.
Like what? Yeah, like one of the other guys that's on the actual drill wave. Even Chief Keef. Do you know what I mean? Even Chief Keef is one of the original. Don't look at me that way. Don't look at me.
I just can't see Chief Keef and
Chief Keef is one of the original drillers, so they could have found a beat that worked. But yeah, man, I just felt like there's a lot of music on this album that didn't need to come out right now. Like, you could, like, for me, quality control felt like it was not there. It felt like, let's just put as much music as possible. And you know what it felt like, Tevin? It felt like the typical label debut album. You know them ones. Let's get a bunch of features. Let's get the typical debut, a bunch of features. We're going to have the girl tunes. We're going to have the thing. Because my thing is, I hear what you're saying about the R&B thing. I did like it, but it's kind of like the label, even though he's not here, but like, do this so it kind of shows your range. But it's kind of like, when you're really good at one thing, just stick to it. I don't mind listening to the repetitive beats because Pop Smoke, I'm coming to that for you. I'm not saying I didn't like the album. I'm saying the album, at points it was good, but I hear you, but it just sounded like the features were bare. But it did sound like the typical debut bare features. And I don't think we got what I wanted fully, but I think that's why I like the tracks that stick out so much. Like, I did like Aim for the Moon. I did like the one with Lil Baby and the Baby.
I did like
Hunger.
Yeah, and I loved obviously snitching.
Snitching is a
Yo,
banger, fam.
snitching. So the tracks where he was in his bag were really good. Like really, Future on snitching, hey man. That when he paused and then switched up the flow, fantastic. But
now you're liking Future, yeah? Okay.
I know, you know me. I like melodic Future, but you know,
He wasn't doing melodic on that song. He was doing
no. But he flowed. He was in his bag on that song. He was in his bag.
Listen.
Yeah, he had the because there was samples in it. It was that Fabulous I'm Into You sample.
Yeah.
I forgot the other one. It was nice. Yeah, Wegz is laughing because Wegz didn't know that before.
Are you sure? Are you sure it was that song, Dwain? Are you sure it wasn't Ja Rule? Are you sure it wasn't? It didn't sound like Ja Rule.
That's a Ja Rule, bro.
There was a few good samples on there.
Yeah, no, there was. But
you know what? Yeah, I really enjoyed this album, innit?
Yeah.
But like, I can see, like, I really enjoyed it. Do you get me?
Yeah, you were vibing to it too.
But like, I'm not gonna lie, I can see some of the flaws of it. Like, you're right. I don't think the best of, like, there was nothing on this that topped the songs I've already heard. Do you get me? But I really enjoyed the experimentation. Like, I wasn't expecting that from him. I expected to just hear a whole album of just drill. Yeah, I was ready for it.
Fair enough.
It caught me off guard, but I welcomed it. Like, I really enjoyed some of the experimentation. I liked the Mood Swings tune. I think there were tunes on this that I just liked, man. I don't know what it is, bro. I just really like this album. This album was it for me. I really enjoyed it, but I can appreciate that it's not like, I don't know. It's not like.
I like Wegz. He's very happy in it.
But the way he's talking about it, yeah, it's like he's holding his baby.
No way.
Holding his baby like this, yeah.
For real.
You know, I didn't expect this baby, but I'm happy I got it now.
You know why? Because I'll be honest, yeah. I'll be honest. I'm not really the kind of guy that's gonna listen to a whole album of anyone. Really.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Like, this is one of the few albums in a long time where I can say I fucked with it, innit? As much as I can appreciate some of its flaws, like you said, there should have been, some of the features could have been a bit better. And some of them did feel a bit forced.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed this thing. The tune with Sway Lee, Creature.
Oh, yeah, that was a vibe.
Gangsters, bruv. Snitching, bruv. You know what? Enjoy yourself, bruv. Bangers on this thing, bruv.
One thing I just want to say about, you mentioned, I forgot to say this, you mentioned Gangsters. I feel like that year, because 50 Cent executives had produced this album, that should have been a G-Unit feature. He should have got Lloyd Banks and Yayo on that song.
Yeah, the instrumental was really.
If he got them on that would have slapped. This is what I'm saying. That's a 50 tune, and that's why I was upset. Like, he didn't actually jump onto that beat.
It wasn't the best of New York, innit? I feel like they should have put, like, maybe made that kind of more of a thing.
You know what, Tevin, in hindsight of that though, I feel like because there's a lot of features on the album, I feel like if he got that, I feel like that's one song where they wanted to make it him stand out. And the fact that we've all, like, I could say collectively that we all like that song, I'd say that it's good that he kind of left him to do it in that sense, because you can't have a whole album of features and it's like, brother, you DJ Khaled in that sense.
No, but
like, you don't want to turn
this is what it feels like though.
I mean, yeah, but I feel like the thing is, for me, I personally like this album, and I think right off the jump from Bad Bitch from Tokyo, he came out and like he was barring. He was barring, like straight onto Aim for the Moon, the tune with Lil Baby, is good. The Baby, bruv. For me, it was just going well. For me, there's only like one or two songs that I didn't like, and that was it. Except for that, I felt like this album, I personally, I'm not gonna act like I was the biggest Pop Smoke fan, but I didn't go in expecting drill only, because I feel like he likes the dancing kind of tune, so he was gonna vibe with a certain different thing. The song that was a bit surprising, the song with Karol G, because I was a bit like, raw. He went with a bit of a Hispanic kind of sound in that sense. I was very surprised.
You know, saying that, what you're saying, it sounds like he was trying to reach all corners, if you know what I mean. Like, let's have girl tunes, drill tunes, Hispanic tunes, and sometimes I think you can spread yourself too thin when you do that, innit? Like, but I hear what you're saying. Like, I hear what you're saying.
I mean, again, this is probably not directly, obviously, RP Pop Smoke. He never made choices on this, so like, this is like coming from a, what do you call it, from an executive position. People are making choices. What's a collective good album? And I feel like the fact that they've got this amount of features and a lot of the people which are on the songs, they were barring. I can't lie. There was a lot of people barring on this song. I mean, Chris, I know you said you like Mood Swings. That was one of the songs I didn't like, personally. And I don't know what it is about Little TJ. I don't fuck with that guy's music, man. That guy.
Mood Swings, and you don't like it?
Nah, that's funny.
That's
But you know who is
terrible
boring?
joke. Jesus.
Off back to back, like listen to Tiana's album and listen to this album. King Combs is going in, on his features. He's actually going in, and I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. But yeah, I mean, I feel like the other funny thing as well from the album is the fact that he snuck Dior on as another bonus track, like he didn't release it on his.
That track slaps.
It is. It is. I'm not gonna lie. It's made me forget about what's the other one? The freshie version.
Oh, present the audio.
Nah, what do you mean? That's
It made me forget about that properly. Like I needed to hear the original again.
Yeah, I can't lie. But little sidebar quickly. I can't wait till when we're out, when we hear Pop Smoke Duo and they mix it into that. It's gonna go off.
Yeah,
it's gonna go off, bro. I can't wait for that, bro. Yeah, Shibs, what were your thoughts on the album?
I'm similar with Tevin, like, but I mean, I wasn't expecting, like what Wegz was saying, I wasn't a big Pop Smoke fan. And I'm just going through the track list now, like, most of them, I was quite, like, disappointed because I was expecting, like, something mad on not every track, but for the majority of it. But it didn't really, nothing really, like, stood out and gripped me. There's a few bangers on there, though. Okay, there's a few bongers on there. But, like,
bongers.
But, like, I like Gangsters a lot. I like For the Night. I like... what's that one? Snitching. I didn't think it's as, I don't know, it was all right, but like, yeah, it's just.
Did you like the intro?
Maybe I don't know. Maybe I was expecting something a bit extraordinary, but it didn't really like.
Real. It doesn't resonate with him, innit? He's too real.
Yeah, it doesn't really like. I don't know, man. It's not something I'll be going back to a lot, but there's definitely bangers on there. But yeah, I was quite like disappointed, but that's not to say that, I'm not going to go back to his music. Rest in peace, Pop Smoke and that. But I don't know, man. I was expecting something like mad, but it didn't really.
Yeah, I know.
I think the madness for me was the diversity. I really wasn't expecting that. So when I heard it, it was so, I don't know, it felt nice to get caught off guard, and I just resonated with it. Like,
fair enough.
Nah, but you know what? Like, when I first listened to the album and I came to my conclusion of how I felt like I was being a little bit harsh. What's going on, Dan? But yeah, I genuinely felt like I went back and I listened to his other albums to be like, maybe I was too harsh. And with his other albums, he does have a sprinkle of some of these singing tunes. He has a sprinkle of like the girls' tunes or whatever. Yeah, but I feel like with this album, they put that over the drill. Like for Pop Smoke, I'm expecting to hear, I want to hear stuff that's hype energy. And I didn't feel like that's what came through on this album. That's where I'm coming from. But yeah, man, like, I just feel like he was a little bit let down by that, to be honest. What do you think, Dan? What did you think of the album?
Dan is checked in. He's clocked.
Dan said, huh?
Are you sure?
I said, you gotta
I'm assuming
homework.
Pop Smokes, yeah?
Dan looked like when the teacher in the class asks you a question and you ain't been listening to shit.
Do you know what? I didn't realize it was gonna come straight to me, innit? So I was like, I'm gonna talk already. Like, T, I kind of agree with your sentiments. Actually, I can't even lie. So what you're saying, I completely agree with. So I liked it. Don't get it twisted. I liked it, and there's some bangers on there. The one with Future and who is it?
Quavo.
Yeah, that's a hard tune. But I agree with T. He came up off drill. I want to hear drill in it. I want to hear Meet the Woo still. Like, because then I know there's, but the thing is, then I get it. It's two sides. There's progression in it. He's made progression. I guess 50 Cent wanted to, or whoever was orchestrating it completely, wanted to kind of show that he has versatility and he could have done more and showing that side of him. But yeah, I feel like they lean too much on that. Like, he's best at drill. So I want to hear him on drill. Like, and it wasn't enough of that for me. Saying that, like I said, it wasn't a bad album. It was very good. But
yeah, I agree.
I wanted more drill. I can't lie.
Yeah, I don't dislike the album. I can listen to it, and there's a lot of songs I like on there, and a lot of songs I can tolerate. But yeah, like I definitely didn't get the energy I was expecting.
I would have preferred other features, if I'm honest. I feel like it was A-list. It was A-list features, but it's not. They don't complement Pop Smoke as much as it could have.
Yeah, that's what I said. Basically, it's like kind of the typical big debut album. Let's get all of this on here and let's get him on there. Let's get this guy on there. It wasn't. I didn't feel like it was authentic. Like, I wanted people that actually match Pop Smoke's sound. Like, even it would have even been nice to have a UK drill artist on the album. I feel like, especially with the UK producers with 808 Mellow and who else produced on it? No, it wasn't Ghosty. Can't remember the other. Oh, Axel probably.
Axel Beats, yeah.
But yeah, it would have been nice to just maybe have a UK artist as well, but that's not a big deal. But I just feel like, yeah, features could have been better.
Do you know what? On that point, I forgot to say this. I actually wanted to say that. I actually feel sorry for guys like 808 Mellow and Axel Beats, because they're the guys who pretty much like developed the Pop Smoke sound. Yeah. And this is his final album. And they like, I literally looked through the credits. I think they're only on like 2 or 3 beats on the entire album, which is a sham. Like they're the ones who actually like developed his sound. And 808 Mellow, I've said this on Twitter and I say it live on the pod as well. 808 Mellow and Axel Beats, yeah, they're pretty much the UK's Metro Boomin and Southside. Those two kids are crazy. Like, yeah, man. Like I said, they should have definitely had more influence over what was going to be on the album.
100.
Yeah. They got to shout 50, fam. They got to shout 50 Cent, bro.
50.
50 Cent, bro. That's what it was his birthday.
Yeah.
True, I'm listening. Oh, sorry, I just had to listen to the Gangsters tune now. What you said, and yeah, you're right. If there was a little G Unit feature on there with the way that
tune would have been crazy. If he had Yayo, Banks, and 50 on that, that would have been crazy.
That would have been mad still. That would have been very, very mad.
But yeah, you know what? Did you know what's crazy about it as well? I thought about this. Like, this album had like 19 tracks, and then there's whispers of a deluxe version that's coming out. How do you get deluxe of an album with 19 songs? We've heard it, big man.
Kevin, it's all about the streams, bruv. You know?
Yeah.
Like, it's about the streams.
That's happening more and more. I swear, Lil Baby done the same thing. His album was long, and then he came out with a deluxe version like 2 weeks after.
Yeah, remember that's what Tiana Taylor did. She come up with that album, and then literally the week after came up with the EP in it.
Talking about the deluxe version, some snippets have leaked online as well. And one of the snippets was the tune with Pusha T, Young Thug, and Gunna. Like, yeah. Personally, I felt that song is going to bang when it drops because it sounds like a good song. But there's obviously a little bit of controversy because Pusha felt like, Young Thug felt like Pusha was coming for Drake, which he was. And he definitely was coming for him. And sent for him saying, why are you doing this? I don't want to be part of the song. And then Pusha T came back, crazy rambling on Twitter, crazy rambling on Instagram or whatever, going probably sending shots at each other. Like, what do you guys think about that?
It's weird because Pop Smoke's manager is the same as Pusha T's manager, Stephen Victor, innit? Man, like Stephen Victor. So I thought, it's the same manager. So if Pop was alive, I don't know. I think he would have been calm with it because Stephen Victor is his manager. Like they would have sat down and discussed it. So I don't think it would have been a ting like that. I get what Young Thug was saying. Because what his consensus was basically like, you wouldn't do this on your own stuff because it wouldn't get blah blah. Bruv, if Pusha T sent for Drake, people are listening, man. Like we all heard the story of Adidon. Like, so if I see both sides in it, but I kind of because they have the same manager, I thought it's just let it run in it, and then whatever happens after in it. That's me personally, but I get what Young Thug was saying in it. But that's how I look at it. But yeah, what do you man think?
I found it a bit funny in the sense that Pusha T is just obviously just when. At any given moment, he'll go off for that Drake, innit? He's got bars for days. Like, for real. Man forced him to love his unnamed child. He forced him, said, hey, this is my child to the world. Like, everyone knows who his son is. What's his name? My bed or something like that.
Said Ahmed.
No. That is
I'm like, show me even mad, bro. First you say Pusha T brings the family together, now you're getting the son's name wrong.
I said my bed. I said it's my bed or something like that. Anyways, but no, I feel like bro, I have one of those moments against Shibs, bro. He fucked me up last time. But no, I feel like Pusha T is. I feel like if it would have been fine if Pop Smoke, obviously, R.I.P. Pop Smoke in that sense, but if his murder didn't happen. I felt like it would have been calm to be on the album and he wouldn't have been a situation. But I do understand what Young Thug is saying, that it was probably uncalled for, but this is Pusha. And
what is it? No,
this is not the first time. This is not the first time that apparently Drake has called up producers and be like, nah, this thing can't happen. That's what Pusha was aiming at. And I was like, you know what? That's a bit mad because apparently he had a verse on Rick Ross's Maybach 6. Which get put forward.
And Drake weren't happy about that. So that's why that got cut. Yeah. So I'm like, Drake is controlling things in the backgrounds and I don't know, Young Thug got caught in the middle of that for no reason. So Young Thug just wants to protect his relationship with Drake, innit?
Yeah, I heard it. I mean, you man have pretty much covered it. I'm in between. I kind of got it, but at the same time, I feel like Drake brings it up more than Pusha. I feel. I might be wrong. But I feel like Drake mentions it a lot more than Pusha. Like when I hear this old disc coming up, I hear Drake mentioning it. He mentioned it with LeBron on the shop. He mentioned it in the Rap Radar. 40 just came out and started talking about it again. And it's he done. I think it might have been MS Day. I don't know. But he brought up again. So I'm like, Drake's camp is constantly bringing it up. But when Pusha says anything, it's like he's trying to get man shut down. And it's a bit like, how are you censoring that? And it's a bit, I don't know, bro. I get it. Maybe Pusha should have done it on his own track, innit? I get that, but
no, for real,
bro, anything goes, innit? Like, bro, if I want to send a little it's not even like it's not like he named Drake. It's just everyone jumping to that conclusion, innit? So if he wants to send a little indirect, let him send an indirect, innit? Like, I don't know, but obviously Young Thug wants to protect his relationship, innit? So that's probably what it is. But bro, just rapping it, just firm it, bro.
Nah. I can't wait till it comes out. Personally, I hope it stays.
Are they gonna drop it though? I thought it was a myth.
They do an album.
I feel it's like 50-50.
I feel like he told his what's his name? That Victor guy doing. What's his name?
Label or manager?
Oh, Stephen Victor,
that was it. I feel like he told him to take his verse off it. So,
bro, that verse was sounding hard. I don't know what Young Thug said. That verse is weak. I don't know what Thug's thinking, bro.
That's his bravado. That's his bravado.
Exactly.
That verse was hard
because boy, Pusha was bodying that.
For real.
And what I don't get is people saying Pusha's irrelevant as well, but that's a whole other story,
man.
That's flipping stupid. That's
nonsense. And the crazy thing is,
we came out a couple of years ago, innit? Like, and that was one of the best albums of that year.
The crazy thing is,
the best verse of last year. But anyway, let me go.
With Push is not a rapper that you need to hear relevant in all the clubs all the time. But when Push drops, everybody's gonna listen. Everyone's gonna listen. Do you know what I mean? So you're talking about he's not relevant. Get out of it, man. Get out of it.
People love to. Oh yeah, he had the verse on Palm Olive last year, innit?
That's what I was saying. He had verse of the year. Verse of the year last year.
Now, how good is Pusha doing, man?
He's one of the best.
Bro.
Current rappers, top 5.
Yeah, definitely. Like the
100%.
consistency is crazy. With Drake and Push, obviously Dan brought up the point of how it's always Drake's camp bringing it up. We saw on the shot when he looked LeBron up like a dad and was like, yeah, man, you know. And I love Drake in it, but that was mad, didn't it? He looked LeBron like a father figure, innit? And then we saw on I like Tevin, bro. That's how his eyes
he did. Proper.
And then we saw obviously on Rap Radar where he couldn't even like say Pusha's name, man. Man was like, I don't talk about that person. And obviously I didn't know the 41, innit? Like,
and obviously
Pusha, yeah, for real, man. You can tell Pusha's loving this, bro. Like he's like inject this. Like he's been waiting for this. He's loving this, innit? So as Drake now.
Sorry, I was just gonna say Pusha loves it because he knows he genuinely got under his skin. Yeah. He knows he is on his mind. But I'm telling you now, Drake loves it too, man. Drake has always wanted a classic rap beef. Like this is his classic rap beef.
I was gonna say, what do you do now if you're Drake, or do you expect Drake to send back, or is it too late for that? Because we're probably gonna get subs on the new album. Like what does Drake do now going forward? Because this is not gonna die.
I personally think Drake is going to carry on ignoring Pusha, but he's definitely going to carry on sending for Kanye because he feels like he can get away with sending for Kanye. That's what I feel like.
That's true.
Genuinely. I think he's going to carry on sending for Kanye. Yeah, I think he's going to do that. He's going to send jabs at him here and there, but Pusha, he's not going to go back because he knows if he ignites Pusha's going to put his foot on his neck, fam. That's it.
You thought him bringing up the kid was one thing, boy. The next level is peak. You don't know what he can say. Man basically blew his deal with Nike as well.
Adidas, innit?
It was Adidas,
yeah.
Adidas,
yeah. Do you know what? Pusha is so sick because he done all that and he mentioned 40 because he knew he got the information from 40. So then if Drake came back defending 40, he was going to reveal that. Like, bro, Pusha's 5 steps ahead, bro. You can't.
He was, man.
But Pusha's been waiting for this beef. Well, was waiting for that beef for years. Yeah. So he was just loaded up.
I remember when the Duppy freestyle stopped. I was like, yeah, all right, Drake, yeah, you in your bag. And then when Pusha dropped with the blackface picture, I said, yeah.
I just saw the picture and I thought it's a wrap.
Bro.
I found Drake in blackface, bro. Bro, he didn't need to do a tune. That was it.
That was enough.
He didn't need to do a tune, bro.
That's disrespectful, bro.
Trust me.
Yeah, even the 40 brother, man. 46, 66. Yeah, man.
Man.
Yeah, remember that? Bro.
That was disrespectful. I can't even lie.
Pusha said, "There's no rules. I'm aiming for your head."
Nah, that shit made me uncomfortable. I can't even lie. I was like,
yeah.
Bro.
But I mean, hey, listen, in rap beef, there are actually no rules.
No rules.
Everything is on the table, man.
Everything's on the line, yeah.
If a man like has cornrows like that in 2018, he cannot be feared, bro. Look at Kawhi Leonard as well, bro. Kawhi Leonard is
yeah,
trust
the claw.
Them man are robots, bro.
Dangerous blokes. Dangerous blokes.
I wanted to ask you, man. Just back, still on the album, just a little quick one. What did you lot think about the artwork and the pressure to change it, and how it eventually did change? What did you lot make of all of that?
I don't even know why they gave it to Virgil to do in the first place, bruv. I just feel like that was too delicate of a job for someone.
Nah. Do you know what? Coming on your question, Chris, like I understand why they gave it to Virgil Abloh, because he's possibly one of the greatest creatives or black creatives of our time. Like I personally don't think so, because his artwork and stuff is just mediocre. But he's the director of Louis Vuitton. Do you know what I mean? That's why they gave it to him, man. Do you know what I mean? He's the hot boy right now in terms of design and culture and whatever. But yeah, that first artwork.
I think Stephen Victor said that Pop wanted it to be designed by Virgil. I think that's why they went there in the first place. Don't quote me on that.
But fam, Virgil made that shit on Microsoft Paint, bro. I know he did, fam. Man done quick paste from, combined 2 images and said, "Yep, done." And that's a cool $500,000 in my pocket.
You know them ones, you know when you tell your nephew to go. You know when you tell your nephew or your little cousin to go design something, and that's what they come back with.
Honestly, if you told me to make an album cover, that's what I would make. Big man thing. That's what I would make. That's what I would come out with.
That's funny.
Bro, this Don works at Louis Vuitton, you know. Bro, that means we can do anything, man.
He's stealing a living, bro.
If he could be the the silly designer or CEO, bro, I could definitely be. Do you get me? Like a mid manager side.
No, definitely, man.
Look what I made. Get a job in it.
But I genuinely loved it, man. I loved how the internet shamed them into changing that. Loved it. I absolutely love it.
No,
power social media.
You know what it is?
Nah, honestly,
this was his last album, innit? Like, rest in peace to Pop Smoke. Yeah, like, I'm kind of pissed that like his last ever album kind of came out or started on a banter thing, innit? Because let's be real, we were looking at that and going, "What? That's not serious." Like, and obviously it's nice that it got changed, but a part of me is just kind of like, that wasn't a nice way to send him off. Like, I don't blame the fans. I don't blame the people, because they were right. That album cover was trash, bro. But
yeah, whack.
The fact that it happened, I don't know. It's just it bothers me. It like taints it a little bit for me.
A little bit, but it shows that people care enough to speak up and say, you know what, this is not right.
To change.
As much as it's banter, it actually got changed through that. So it's good and bad. I see what you're saying.
Good and bad. But you know what?
One thing I love that is internet bullying works, bro. As Tevin said, man.
Oh my
internet
God.
Bullying works, fam.
Bro, you know what? Do you know another thing I love that I saw this week when people have pressured someone? What's her name?
Kylie
Jenner being bullied into tagging that brand. I love it. I love it. They put pressure, peaceful pressure on her. Like, do you know what? They're like, what I didn't get yet, it was like people were coming with arguments like, if my brand had just been recognized by Kylie Jenner, I wouldn't want you guys ruining the moment by pressuring her.
Man.
And it's like, yo,
bro.
The internet said no, tag it, because they put up other pictures when it's like Dior and Chanel and whatever. She's like, she's tagging them. She's tagging them for no reason. Why can't she tag an unknown designer that would probably benefit more than a $10,000 dress from Dior that not everyone can buy? Do you know what I mean?
Probably collect
man. I loved it.
Someone tweeted her saying, "Oh, you should tag black businesses," and she was like, "Yeah, I agree." But you know, under that was bare duress when she was typing it. Then the press send, bro. Yeah, she was put under pressure. Bare duress, bro. She was put under pressure.
Honestly, that's probably one of my favorite moments on the internet this week, man. Seeing Kylie Jenner getting pressured.
Good.
I loved it. Nah, it was funny, man. I think, do you know what? We should do this more. We should pressure most celebrities all the time. If you don't like something, apply pressure on socials.
We're kind of responsible for a lot of their fame, innit? So it's only right that to a certain degree they should be held accountable for us. In exchange for the lifestyle you can have, you get me? The least you could do is tag a fucking dress. Come on, love.
Nah, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, I wouldn't go that much to be pressuring and like, because there's a line of
pressure.
No, but there's a line of
pressure them.
People will be like cussing out family and like all of that stuff. They would be at the top. But
We know why Wegz is doing defense attorney, yeah? We
bro.
know why.
We all know.
Kardashian, bro.
Leave it at that. Let's leave it at that.
It's
Nah,
not.
man.
Kardashian.
Wegz Kardashian, bro.
For real.
This is what we're doing. This is what we're doing.
Man will do
Hey,
anything.
you jumped to the defense a lot, bro.
I
can't
don't.
lie,
Look,
man.
I mean, the
Trying
thing
to
is,
slander.
I just feel like,
Nah,
you know, it is my personal thoughts here on the internet. It's like it's not a cancel culture in this situation, but it's like I feel like people don't understand that if that person wasn't famous, would you put the same energy into that person? It's only because they're famous that people are grilling them in that sense to do that.
But it makes sense.
That's the point. They've got a
That's
platform.
the point.
No,
There's no
not
point in
platform.
someone pressuring me who knows no one has no influence,
You
bro.
can't,
They'll be like,
you can't, but Dan, you can't force everyone which has a platform you can't force them to do things.
Oh, you can, because right now it's Black Lives Matter, and if she cared about black people, she would have tagged it from the start. She has a black baby daddy and a black kid. Okay, so Kylie Jenner, this is Black Lives Matter. You want to do that?
And you know what? It's funny because Tevin's right. It's funny, and I'm happy that she did eventually get persuaded in that situation. Yeah, but I don't feel like
Not persuaded. Pressured, Wegz. Pressured.
No.
What do you mean?
Wait, how much they paying you, bro?
Shut up,
Tevin,
bro.
pressure. She has a black baby dad, you know. She has a black kid. Pressure.
man said Wegz is the inside man, bro, for the
No, but the
Kardashians.
thing is, with these
Wegz-
Instagram brands, though, when it comes to like, I don't know, Pretty Little Thing or Boohoo, all these crazy situations, I'm not going to talk on them too much because they're in some situations.
Yeah, they're in hot water.
Slavery, bro.
Well,
That's the next thing.
Like these brands pay them to just get an app. They pay them. So like, I'm not going to say
Which
that
is true.
This brand which she didn't publicize, that's probably what it was. That's why she probably felt.
but you know what,
No, I'll tell you why, Wegz.
Mm-hmm.
The reason they paid, the brands pay, is because these people would never buy anything from the brands.
100%.
That's why they pay them.
Of course.
But
I mean,
Dior
would.
would. Now, where the pressure came from was the fact of when people were actually atting the brand of the dress. Apparently, she was deleting some of the comments with the at name of the dress.
See that?
Do you know what I mean? So it's true. She was kind of doing the whole, I like your dress, but it's no free
internet
clout.
whispers, fam. That's internet whispers. We can choose to believe it or not. We can
Yeah,
choose to believe it or
man's
not.
doing the fake news excuse, bro.
No, it's not
For
fake
real.
news. It's not fake news, but it's like, who's got enough time to be checking? Oh, did she delete that comment? Who really has
the person who outed it, the first
Bro,
person
when
who
you got time?
When did you become their PR person?
I'm
bro?
not
From time, man.
no
For a
one-
long time.
I'm just trying to become like a human level, bro. Sometimes it's the energy you always need.
Move, man, get out of here, bro.
Hey, Shibs, you're the one. Sling your rook. Sling your rook.
Move, bro.
We're back in EastEnders.
what?
I don't know.
No, I'm not ready.
Man said, thing to, it's not a PR, bro.
Anyway,
Hey,
Man,
Tevin's like,
Uncle Tev.
Everyone said hello.
Bye.
A new member to the podcast. Trust me.
Bad news, man.
But yeah, man. Nah, I'll be honest with you. It was hilarious. It was hilarious.
Wait, stop defending the Kardashians like that, man. But yeah, where's Kardashian? Relax. That's all I got to say.
Damn.
I guess I'm gonna have to take this name now. 2020 does stuff to a lot of people, boy.
Wegz is the missing brother, fam.
Bro, you don't rate it Rob Kardashian, though.
He's there, but you're the missing one, fam. They know
The missing one.
That's funny. That's mad funny.
I said these
Yeah,
half.
man.
Yes. Every week we have the part-timers hustler of the week segment that we do. This week's part-time hustler of the week is a girl called Iamqoy. You've probably seen on the internet. She did a music kind of online chat show called Timeline with DJ Matthews and Puddy. She has a show on There's No Signal, which is doing very well right now. Shout out to them for doing their 10v10 stuff. And she recently made her TV debut on Trance UK. Trance Urban UK, sorry, they're in partnership with Shade Borough. They're on TV, they're on Sky channels as well. So yeah, man, she's out here doing bits. I'm sure we're gonna see a lot of her in the next couple of years. She's gonna be a mainstay in like the black culture when it comes to music, fashion, and she has a YouTube channel as well. So check her out. Her hat is Iamqoy, Iamqoy. Iamqoy, part-time master of the week.
Hi, people. Thank you very much for clocking in today with the Part-Timers podcast. That's all we got time for. I hope you've enjoyed as per usual. Like, share, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your boys, tell your girls, tell the people you're cheating on your missus with. I don't really care, innit? Just tell people. So, I've been Chris, Dwain, Ali, Wegz, Dan. You know what it is, man. Clock in next week to the Part-Timers podcast.
Bang bang.